Setting up an innovation program all starts with the key fundamental question: why do we do this? What are we trying to achieve? Why is it important for corporations to work with startups? It's a good question. As a corporation, you're not always able to build all of the technologies yourself. So sometimes it makes more sense looking outside of your own walls and thinking of companies that do focus on building these technologies as their core. Setting up an innovation program all starts with the key fundamental question: why do we do this? What are we trying to achieve? Are we looking more for urgent types of technologies, more of the first horizon, or the second or the third, more transformational type of technologies? Are we willing to invest? Is it more to run pilots? So this is the fundamental question that we have to answer, and also that we have to get buy-in from in all levels of the organization, but especially on the C-level. And based on this, you can choose a methodology. If you focus more on an acceleration program, or if you focus more on a pilot program, you can choose which resources you need, and so forth.
COWI is engaging with startups in a co-creator program, we call it. That is a startup pilot program. We are a company of 7,500 employees, and our capacity is 8 pilots per year. We ensure that the pilots are anchored within the business, and in that way we ensure also that the co-creation that takes place between our corporate COWI and the startup is anchored deeply inside our core business, and not is just something that is going on in parallel. It's always very difficult to define KPIs within such an engagement like our startup pilot program. So we are focusing on, instead of financial KPIs, we are focusing more at the strategic KPIs, which means if we, in a batch of 8 startups, can continue the collaboration with them, 1 or 2 of them, that is how we define success.
If you understand why you are organizing this type of program, then you know how to measure it. But usually what we see is that corporates tend to measure successful outcomes in terms of, did we have good pilots? But this is where we say it's not only the outcome that should be positive, but it should also be the process. So did we learn enough, and what was the cost of learning? What was the velocity of learning? So how quickly did we learn? And did we come to the conclusion that perhaps the technology was not the right one, or it was the right one? So the KPIs, you can have outcome-oriented KPIs, which is fine. But if you want to uplift your program, you should also focus on these process metrics.
Plug and Play are super cool at identifying the right startups for us. So we identify our challenges together with our customers. And when we hand over the challenges to Plug and Play, they do the scouting part of it. So they identify relevant startups across the world, and they are really good at going out internationally and finding quality startups that comes with great solutions to solve the problems that we have identified. For beginners within this field of collaborating with startups, I would say start with 2 or 3 startups. Invite them into your company. Find out how your cultures differ, because they will differ. How you interact with startups that make sense for both of you, because you need an equal partnership here between the startup and the corporate. And that means that start slowly, no more than you can handle professionally, also so that the startup get a good impression of you as a company and as an innovation partner. And then you can always scale it from there.